Hey, what's going on there, guys? It is Earthmaster here. February 16, 2018, 8:45 p.m. here in California. And I did want to point out for the folks here in the Bay Area and Northern California to be on earthquake watch. There is a little bit of activity. It may not seem like much right now, but it is in a specific area in the South Bay region. Looks like about west of Oakland, near the town of Danville, very close to Mount Diablo as well. A little bit of earthquake activity taking place in a cluster, and all of a sudden, most of these earthquakes are just from today. Roughly about 21 earthquakes within the region. Largest one measuring a 2.8 in this cluster of quakes that you see right here. Now, some people might think, well, it's normal. It's California that we have earthquakes, and you're right, we do have earthquakes. But this is taking place on a section called the it's actually the Calaveras Fault Zone, the northern Calaveras section. Now, this is kind of important because there has been a lot of research done in this region by geologists and whatnot in regards to potential for larger earthquakes here in the future, and the risk factor in this area is rather high, and this is somewhat concerning seeing this activity. Simple search on the internet or anywhere will show you the extreme risk factor that is associated with the northern section, the specific northern section of the Calaveras Fault system. I'm going to read this to you guys here real quick, and you can check it out yourself. Recent risk assessment. Now, this is from January 2008. Now, that's 10 years ago, okay? The recent assessment in January 2008 suggests that the northern Calaveras Fault, the portion between Sunol and Danville, may be more likely to fail in the next few decades than previously thought. Now, there is an association with the Calaveras and the Hayward faults, where they merge in the South Bay region. Now, a specific study, a recent geological study, suggests that the Calaveras and Hayward faults may be even more closely connected horizontally, that's deep beneath the surface of the Earth, angling towards each other with depth until they become a single fault. Now, if that's the case, if this is true, this would have significant implications for the potential maximum strength of earthquakes on the Hayward, since the strength is determined by the maximum length of the fault rupture, and this rupture could extend beyond the juncture point to include some portion of the Calaveras fault system. Now, the Hayward is directly to the north of there, which they claim is two separate faults, but now recent studies suggest that they may be, well, one fault. Now, the Calaveras Fault system here, the one that is concerning at this moment, has had a number of magnitude 6.0 earthquakes in that area. The largest was a magnitude 6.5 that occurred in 1911, so over 100 years ago, in the Morgan Hill area. The most recent of the 6.0 earthquakes was a magnitude 6.2 that took place near Morgan Hill back in 1984. A magnitude 5.6 earthquake occurred on the Calaveras Fault on October 30th, 2007, near Alum Rock. Prior to the 2014 South Napa earthquake, it was the most powerful quake to hit the Bay Area since the Loma Prieta earthquake of 1989, and the largest on the Calaveras Fault system since 1984. Okay, so guys, this here it's kind of important to be watching this area, and more specifically to have an earthquake plan, because this activity, while it may seem small, it's on a section that has been closely watched, and you know, the risk factor is extremely high in this area. Now, it's not a form of fear-mongering, but it is a form of being prepared, especially since these cluster of quakes is right on that zone that the geologists are watching and have been watching for some time, obviously, and assessing the risk in determining a large earthquake in this section of the Calaveras Fault Zone. Now, the cluster of quakes, looking at the scale right here, you got 3 miles here on the bottom, and the Calaveras Fault system sits just over here. We're looking under 3 miles away from right just to the east of that fault system here. Pretty close to Mount Diablo, which is over here to the northeast of the area. But you definitely want to watch this area. This is an area that's been obviously been watched for some time. There's no doubt some pressure building up, and I just wanted to get a video out to you folks, keeping an eye on the well, you can keep an eye on this channel. For one, we are monitoring this earthquake activity in the Bay Area. So, but you know, like I say, only you can help minimize a loss of life and damage, you know, by being prepared as best as you can in a worst case scenario. Now, you know, a 6.0 in the region there would definitely cause a whole lot of shakeup. You got a pretty good city to the north here, Concord, and you know, it's the South Bay, a lot of population within the region there, and you got Danville right on the right on the northern section of the Calaveras Fault system here. So anyway, guys, be prepared, have an earthquake plan, and we will be keeping an eye on it. Please subscribe to the channel for further updates, as we are live streaming, and we also have a live earthquake data coming in to the stream as well. Just real quick, you can see a little earthquake coming into the seismograph station there in Yellowstone National Park, where they are having a current earthquake swarm at the moment. But we are monitoring Parkfield, California, which is just south to the region. See a couple small spikes of an earthquake, and also monitoring a little bit further south of there near Hollister, a little bit further south of there on the San Andreas Fault system there near Hollister. So, all right, guys, stay safe, and like I say, please have an earthquake plan out there. All right, peace out.